Our next speaker, Lerato Moselane, is currently the practice head for mobile and web services at DVT, a software development company. He came through the Sasol ranks and went on to forge an amazing career for himself. And now he's here to take us through the day in the life of a software engineer.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I really think that Sasol TechnoX is an amazing initiative by Sasol. So Sasol, kudos to you guys for hosting such an awesome event. It's a real honor and a privilege for me to be here this morning. And I want to talk about the day in the life of a software developer. Firstly, I just want to start off by saying that being a software developer is the coolest job in the world. You guys are watching this, you're able to experience this conference because software developers made it highly possible. So what is a software developer? So before I get started on that, I just wanted to share a little bit of a story. So when I went to university, or rather prior to university, I thought that I was going to become a doctor. I think a lot of young kids, you grow up and you consider traditional careers, doctors, accountants, nurses, things like that. I actually wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to become a brain surgeon. And so I made sure that I maintained good grades, mathematics, all of those important subjects. But somewhere along the line, I just lost the passion for medicine. Okay, so I didn't want to become a doctor anymore. And at some point, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Nonetheless, got to university, registered for an engineering degree, started doing a little bit of programming. And then I realized, man, I actually enjoy writing code. And it seems like a superpower because you're able to take something, put a couple of words together, and you're able to get a product. It's either a working program or something that works on your phone, your laptop. It was amazing. Just from a couple of words, sentences that you put together, you're able to create something. So for me, software development is a superpower. If you can code, you've got the superpowers. Another thing I love about software development, so how I usually start my day is, very first thing in the morning is you've got to have a good cup of coffee. All right, if you're not a coffee drinker, that's fine. But for me, I have to have my cup of coffee. And what I love about software developers is that these are people that are able to take a cup of coffee in the morning and then produce code out of that. It's a running joke within the software development community, but we love our coffee. First thing in the morning, we've got to have a good cup of coffee, and then we're able to become productive and write really good code. So what is software development? Some people ask that question. They're not really sure what it is. Firstly, let's define what software is in simple terms. So what software is it's just a basic bunch of instructions that you give either to your phone or to your laptop, or any hardware equipment that you wanting to use, and the software instructions basically tell it what it needs to be doing. So if you think about a mobile phone, a feature that we all use, the camera, if you click on that camera icon, you're basically telling the phone, listen, open up the camera lens, and then take a picture and store it in one of my folders in the gallery. That is an instruction that you give to the phone, and software developers allow you to be able to carry out those instructions. So what software development is basically the process, computer science activities that allow you to design and to develop those instructions that are able to be executed by your phone or your laptop. So in order to be able to be a successful software engineer, we work in teams. So after having my cup of coffee, usually I'll get together with the rest of the team, and then we develop great code together. You can't do it on your own. You can, but a lot of the times in order to build really, really good software, you have to work in a team. Usually a team consists of designers. Designers are people that will design what the application is going to look like, how it's going to work on your laptop, how it's going to work on your mobile phone. You've got people that are project managers that will manage the project, the delivery, making sure that everybody does their work and that they deliver on time. You've got people like testers. Testers are very important. So those are the people that are going to test what the developer creates. So if you're writing a mobile application, it's very, very important that that mobile application works as expected. And so software development testers allow us to be able to write really, really good software. I've just listed some of the really, really cool applications that we use every day. These applications have been created by really awesome developers, so teams of developers. We had an amazing speaker speak about flight and being a pilot. So Boeing is one of the big companies. They've got a massive, massive software code base. So planes do fly, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of software that goes behind that to make sure that it's a good experience for the pilots, to make sure that everything works as it should, the times of the flights are coordinated, and so forth. TikTok, I'm sure you guys use a lot of TikTok. You guys enjoy that app. Again, that's been developed by software developers, teams and teams of software developers, making sure that you guys have awesome experiences on TikTok. Android, if you're using an Android phone or an Apple phone, again, software developers have made that possible for us to be able to use devices like that. Tesla, I mean, software is pioneering us into the future. So self-driving cars, Tesla is one of those leaders in that industry. And again, software is leading the way, empowering the cars to be able to drive and learn and be able to navigate by themselves. Uber, also a great company, Airbnb. The teams that I work with, they usually, we develop banking apps, so Absa's banking apps, Standard Bank banking apps. A lot of those applications, the teams that I work with, they develop those everyday apps that you do use. So what I do love as well about being a software developer, in my day, I can choose to work wherever I want. I can choose to dress however I want. And with the whole thing of COVID and remote work, it's even become better. I can travel the world, work from wherever. As long as I have a laptop, I've got internet connectivity, nothing stops me from executing my superpowers. So as you can see there, I can either work from home in my own setup, or I can work from the office with other developers if I choose to, or I can work from a coffee shop. That's also another great place in order to be able to work, because then I can produce really good code, right? Because I'm having copious amounts of coffee. Or you can even work from a tree. I know that's silly, but all I'm trying to say with that is that nothing stops you. You can work from anywhere you choose to work from. What do you need in order to become a good software developer? Passion is number one. You've got to love what you do. If you don't enjoy software development, then rather not do it. But you've got to be passionate about it, because you are essentially shaping the world that we live in. You're making life easy for people. And so passion is a key. You've got to love what you do. Secondly, honesty. Why I mention honesty is that, if you don't know something, it's okay not to know it, but then go and research it and learn it. A lot of software developers that are not honest will try and cut corners. As I mentioned, companies like Tesla, you don't want to be cutting corners. That's people's lives that you're putting at risk, Boeing, things like that. So you've got to be honest. If you can't do it, ask for help or go and learn and figure out how to do it. You can't cut corners in software. You've got to write software that works well every time. Honesty is very key. Teamwork. You can't do it on your own. You can, I keep saying that, but it's better in a team, right? So it takes loads and loads of teams to put together really good applications, really good software. So you need to be able to work in a team. Problem solving, very important. So the subjects that you take, mathematics, science, things like that, they teach you how to think about problems, how to solve problems logically. So you need to be able to solve problems as a software developer. We solve problems every day of our lives in terms of how we gonna write a piece of software, how we want to optimize it, make sure that it's efficient, make sure that it's secure, things like that. You need to be able to solve problems in that way. A good laptop, obviously. I know that these things can be quite expensive, but if you can have a good laptop, that would really help you in order to be able to really develop good software. And again, like I said, a good cup of coffee. Coffee goes a long way, trust me, in order for you to be able to develop really, really good software. Yeah. So I think that's it. I mean, that's a day in the life as a software developer. It's really basic. In the morning, have a good cup of coffee, work as a team, make the world a better place, make the world a fun place, and we do that through code. Thank you very much.